The Matrix movie really shows the mentor quite literally with the form of Morpheus, where Morpheus is giving Neo this yes or no, this red or blue pill, like, are you in or are you out? And it's showing this crossing over into the new world. And then once he gets into the new world, he's now being introduced to new tools, friends, allies, enemies, kind of trying out the new world he's gotten himself into. Now, the mentor is really representing how hard this hero's journey is to get started, that you're not going to be able to go from your ordinary habits, your ordinary world, dealing with all your problems, and be able to really create the kind of transformation on your own. And the mentors oftentimes are heroes of old. So they're people that have already gone through their hero's journey earlier, and now they've come back around and they're helping others kind of get started on their hero's journey. Kind of gives you a snapshot of, as you complete your hero's journey later in life, what do you then do? Well, you come back around and you help some other kid get through it. So for the hero, which is really a child becoming an adult, this is very much like a boot camp experience, and the mentor is like the drill instructor. As he enters this new world, he has everything he needs to beat the enemy. He just doesn't know it yet. But at least the kid is now in the right place, focusing on the right thing. Now, whether they go ahead and become a part of this team and learn how to use these tools to actually go on to defeat the enemy, that's what the exciting part of the movie is to see if they can actually grow and learn and pull this off. So if you're looking at the Google images, this is kind of like steps 4, 5, and 6. And one of the most important things that the mentor does is he brings the hero across the dividing line, across the point of no return. Like in our own lives, that's where like you get a little too far into Tony Robbins or psychology or personality types, and you start to learn a little too much, and you go, wait a minute, I can't go back to my ordinary world. I can't go back and just be a silly jackass like all my friends and get away with it, because now I have this burden of this new world that I can't unsee. It's like in the hero's journey, whether the hero knows it or not, as they're moving forward, the bridges are burning down behind them. They cannot go back to their old world because that has fallen apart. That's what started this whole journey. And they can't unknow the stuff that they're learning. So as this new hero is kind of getting used to this new world, so now they have, let's just say they're going to new meetups, they're reading new books, they're hanging out in different social circles, learning about this new world, and things aren't so bad, right? The thing is, whether you know it or not, when you make a move like that in reality, when you go from one social group to another social group, when you cross a line like that, even if you have good intentions and it's just going to be for a little while and it's just real small and everything's under control, you are now on the radar of the enemy. And the enemy, again, it's not a literal enemy. It's not like the people that are persecuting you and attacking you in your life. They're not literal, conspiring enemies that are out to get you. It feels that way, right? It's just that you are not doing what a townsfolk should do, and then it's just hide in your corner, be quiet, and do whatever it takes to keep the peace, right? As you go moving into this new world, it is a cause and effect that the enemy or the negative side has to balance and come rushing in and start testing this child that's trying to grow up. But something to really think about is that you and I are at times being the enemy or the naysayer to other people that are on their hero's journey, right? Think about when you're doing fine in your life and then you see your friend that just everything changes, and say they really start to get moving on something and it kind of makes you feel insecure. It feels a little threatening, right? So the natural thing is you're going to kind of make fun of them or tear them down or do something to kind of balance this out, like, whoa, hey, Johnny, you were just one of us and now you think you're better than us? So it's a natural human reaction that we all do, that we are all guilty of biting at other people at times in some way, shape, or form that are trying to kind of struggle on their journey, right? So this takes the spookiness out of it. Like when you go to level up in life, you are causing fear in other people. They are seeing a reflection of themselves in you. They are seeing what they wish they could do, but they're too afraid to do. They don't have anybody to help them through it. And here you are starting off on your journey. That's very hard for most people to see. That's going to come across as criticism and negativity, and you're going to be under attack because it's not going to be one or two people in your life doing this. It's going to be a lot of people doing this consistently. So it's going to feel like there's some overwhelming satanic force that's sending soldier after soldier after soldier to try and tear you down. But it's just a cause and effect because you're trying to move up and through the universe. This is where you'll see in the movies where the hero's kind of moving along and then he'll just get hit in the back of the head. And a lot of times they're like, whoa, is this really what I want to do? I didn't sign up for this. I didn't know this was going to happen. I didn't know this was going to require this kind of sacrifice from me. I didn't know I was going to lose my friends and my family and my freaking dog. I got to lose my dog over this. The journey is going to come and it's going to take everything away from you. And that's part of the journey, is stripping away. Now, you may get a lot of this stuff back, but like you have to lose everything so you can get down to seeing and relying on the true core self in all of your forms, not just your two savior functions. The hero's journey is about this child that is in this self-achieved submission and thinking, well, I can't. I'm a victim. I'm limited. I don't have the power. I can't change it. I don't know what to do. Right? It's just somebody using their savior functions, not realizing they have within them the other functions needed to solve the puzzle. And that's what you see the heroes becoming, is that in any situation they end up in, they're always able to figure out a way to get through it and succeed because they now have access to their full selves. All right, so the point of the mentors in the hero's journey, and they're always there, is to take this child who's on their journey and to get them to focus in the areas they need to grow, to equip them with new tools and new habits to solve real problems, as well as to kind of discipline the child and go, hey, stop using all of these childish, tantrumy, one-dimensional ways of trying to solve problems. Kind of the childish state is, if I can't just pick up a rock and throw it, then I don't know what else to do. And the mentor is teaching the child, look, there you have access to a lot of moving parts here. You can build quite a large machine that can systematically deal with your problems. You don't have to just keep using these little grunts. The Apostle Paul was really good in the New Testament of this transformation process, as well as the persecution. When you transfer over from this identity to this identity, you're going to get nothing but persecution. You need to be ready for that. You need to be aware of that, and you need to welcome that. And this is what the mentor is helping the hero, is showing them these are childish things, and these are adult things and adult tools, and there's kind of an introduction to an alpha tool, and all of the heroes have them. Iron Man's got his suit, Spider-Man's got his webs, Thor's got his hammer, etc. Every alpha has a tool. In the next video, we'll talk a little bit about what the tool really represents. So, in real life, if you don't have some Morpheus mentor following you around the shadows, trying to invite you into some new world cult, what you can do, this is what I did, is you can really get access to some of the best mentors in the world on the internet. No, it's not as good as having mentors in real life. It's not. But hey, if you don't have access to mentors in real life and you've got the internet connection, which I think you do, it's filling your mind with the teachings of the mentors out there.